girl children lives. Honorable Chair and the panelists and ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about an initiative curbing female feticide, sex determination techniques and all those things. You all know about USG technology and all those issues, by and large, ultrasonography and all those issues. I'll just, because time is very less, I'll just quickly move on to what actually we have done. We have this PCPNDT, Preconception Prenatal Diagnostics Techniques Act, which enables or actually prohibits from sex determination, use of any such techniques for sex determination, and subsequently from female feticide actually happening. The kind of information that we have at the district level, I'm actually the district collector of Gwalior district of Madhya Pradesh. I'll tell you about the kind of situation that we are actually going through and how we have been able to little bit actually contribute towards bettering the sex ratio. So this is the statistics that will actually enable you to understand the situation that is very grave at the ground level. India's population and sex ratio is given here. 2001 933, and we are a little bit better. 940 is the sex ratio, general sex ratio that's I'm talking about. Madhya Pradesh from 919 we moved on to 930. That's better actually. Then if you look at the situation in Gwalior and Chambal division, that's where I am coming from. Gwalior division has 5 districts and Chambal has 3 districts. If you see the general sex ratio, this is I'm talking about general sex ratio. In comparison to 930, we have a 881 sex ratio and 848 in Chambal division. These are some of the districts of Madhya Pradesh which I'm talking about. You see Balaghat, Alirajpur, Mandla, and all these are actually the tribal districts of Madhya Pradesh. You see how the uneducated, so-called uneducated tribals of Madhya Pradesh, how much are they favoring the girl children is what we understand here. And when we look at the educated class of the society, how they look at the sex ratio, that's Bhind, Morena, Gwalior, Datia, Shivpuri and Shopur, all less than 900, and I'll talk about more on this issue. Let's come down to the child sex ratio, that is children about 5 years, till about 5 years, what is the sex ratio at that particular level. You can see here that in comparison to 2001, we slipped down by near about 20 points. That's about, you can see Madhya Pradesh 912, Gwalior division 875 and Chambal is 840. And these are the districts that clearly show that there's a drastic fall in the child sex ratio. That clearly shows the absolute use of technology, that is ultrasonography machine. Earlier we used to hear about infanticide. Now it is the female feticide that is highly prevalent in our in this particular region. There are about 20,000 female feticides according to the state PCPNDT committee of Madhya Pradesh. 20,000 female feticides take place every month in Madhya Pradesh, and 2,000 alone in Gwalior district. So this is the hard facts. And what we have done, I joined as collector and district magistrate of Gwalior on 1st of Jan 2012, understood the gravity of situation, and then for about 3 months I tried to plan, we need to do something on this particular issue. Before I proceed, I would say the child sex ratio of Gwalior district is 832 as on the census of 2011, 832. So understanding this particular situation, I went on to devise this particular concept called Hamari Ladli. This is a two-pronged approach. On one side, trying to educate the masses, creating a positive environment towards the birth of girl children, enabling environment for the women. On the other side, use of technology for curbing the sex determination and subsequently female feticide. So we got in, we call for global tenders, and we have technology partner Magnum Opus, who actually devised this particular thing for us. We went on to build an active tracker device with the use of which all the ultrasonography machines of Gwalior district about 90 of them are hooked onto this particular device as on today. And this is how it functions. There is a device, active tracker device, which is connected to the power plug and the sonography machine, and the sonography machine will not function if there is any tampering with the active tracker device. They are mutually dependent that way, and each and every sonography which is done is actually like a capsule. The video is made into it and is stored into in the form of a capsule in the active tracker device, and this whole thing is connected to a software, online software, and all the 90 sonography machines in the district are I can, as the administrator, I can see as to what's happening with those sonography machines. That's how we initiated, and the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh inaugurated this whole thing. Now, Form F is a very important, and as per the PCPNDT Act, submission of Form F is compulsory under the PCPNDT Act. Each and every sonography which is done, actually a Form F needs to be filled, and this used to happen manual. Now, after this particular software that we got into developed, every Form F is submitted online. And you can see when in 2010 and 11, it was about 3,000 Form Fs that used to be submitted. And once we started this in the month of June, July 2012, it climbed on to 4,900, and by 2013, we almost touched 7,000 Form F online submissions, which is an increase of 231%. Now, what I am actually translating this whole thing, how is it actually translating into saving girl children? Each and every Form F submitted online is same as each and every girl child saved. Now, that is what actually I am trying to talk about. A non-submission of Form F was like doctors or the sonologists or the people who actually were using the sonography machines selectively used to submit Form Fs depending on whether they wanted to go for a feticide or not. If they didn't want to submit, that means they went for a feticide, and if they are submitting, that means they didn't want to go for a feticide. Now, there was no such option available for the ultrasonologists. As soon as the probe you put onto the woman, it is actually recorded. So, every Form F now is online. You need to submit, so you can't escape out of the whole thing. So, this is how this simple technology enabled us in saving the girl child. Now, you can see on a consistent basis we are constantly increasing the number of Form F submissions and saving the girl children. Now, what we have done, step ahead. Now, Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, which actually exists since several decades, but it is one of the hardly used acts in any part of the country. So, now we also have MTP form submission of MTP form also online now. Now, the same software enables submission of Form F of the PCPNDT Act and also submission of Form A of the MTP Act. Now, we have also been, as I have mentioned earlier, we used Anganwadi workers, ASHA, ANM, we have been constantly training them, and what we do is we have, because there is a lot of paucity of time, we have data available, submission of Form F, along with it we clearly get the data pertaining to women, her age group, number of children already born, and on the basis of that we selectively take certain cases and we give it to the Anganwadi workers, ASHA. They go and check in the field whether the sonography which was done on a particular woman, is she still continuing with the pregnancy or what has happened to that. I will tell you, a last slide mentions about one of the cases that we did. A doctor was submitting online Form F saying and he used to mention 0 Form F submission every month. But we used to know from our sources through our Anganwadi workers and all, ASHA workers, that he actually is doing sonography. So on the basis of which, and also as I've mentioned, as soon as a probe is actually put on a woman, there is a green light which actually shows us online in the software that we have developed. It clearly mentions if a sonologist has used a probe at 10:10 a.m. and he stopped using the probe at 10:20, it is recorded. For the 10 minutes he has actually used the probe, and again from 10:30 to 10:50, the number of times that he has used the probe is actually available online with us. We knew that he was using, but he was not submitting Form F, and we caught him red-handed. And we registered the first ever MTP case against this doctor. An FIR was registered and he was subsequently arrested. Apart from that, we have been continuously tracking few quacks who actually, all these 90 sonologists now a part of the Gynecologists and Obs Association of Gwalior. They formed a society among themselves called Doctors Opposing Sex Determination, DOST, D-O-S-T, and they themselves now actually do the whole thing. And they let us know that there are quacks who are actually doing a lot of these things. Nowadays there are also Chinese made mobile sonography machines. So we caught hold of one such fellow, and I would proudly say that this is the first National Security Act which, as district magistrate, that I have powers, I have invoked the powers under that, and I have sent him under detention for a period of 1 year. So this is what we are doing. We are the final slide shows, according to Dainik Bhaskar, which did a survey on their own, in the last 2 years there have been a 50-point jump in the child sex ratio in Gwalior district alone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take the questions later. Do you have to go for another presentation?
I would request if the questions follow, I mean it would be good
because
if you permit.
Then sometimes what happens, the last presenter gets a little less time, like that. I just wanted to know if the Thal Care has come. Are they presenting Thalassemia Care? No. Okay, how many questions? 2 questions allowed.
So first of all, I would like to commend your work and appreciate your efforts in this sector.
Yeah.
It's really great. I just want to give a suggestion, not actually a question, that most of the people, knowing the circumstances and the code of conduct, they try and do all these tests outside India. So what kind of action can we take on this? For example, if particular people travel abroad and when they come in back, can we have a particular check on them?
Not really, actually. We can only do whatever.
So
the act only applies on those people who actually reside in India, you know.
No, they do reside in India. They go out for a on tourist visa. They have these checks done, and they again come back. If they don't want, they get it operated, and then they come back. So can we have something implemented for this? Because being into administration, you can take some actions on this. On if we can have some kind of watch or some kind of checklist for this kind of people who try to avoid such acts.
I'll definitely send it to the state committee, PCP entity committee, to recommend to the government of India to actually take up this particular issue. That's how we can think of.
Because at least through you, they will listen.
Yeah, sure, definitely. We'll send that. Thank you.
You have no, but then somebody from
Anybody else from the audience?
Any questions?
Yeah.
Is there a reconciliation process between the Form F submitted and the online? Hello? Yeah. Is there a reconciliation process between the Form F submitted online and the data that is stored in the machine that you've attached?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a district level committee. We select on the basis of all those, like I have shown you, near about 6,500 to 7,000 Form Fs which are submitted. The statistics that we have, we actually take few cases, doubtful cases, random selection, but the selection is very clear, like women above 35 years of age, You know, that's an indication that, you know, possibility of going for a sex determination, and then if we decide children with, say, a woman with more than 2 children, age, and then all those things we have, we select those, and then we, as I've mentioned to you, we give them to our ASHA and Anganwadi workers. They actually go and check and what is happening, and they'll get back to us. Yeah, ma'am.
The case that you filed, obviously that doctor was misusing the machine, or there was some sort of a loophole. So has that been rectified?
No, absolutely. We, under the PCPNDT Act, I have got the powers to deregister the center. We did
No, but the loophole in the software. I mean, the fact that he was able to submit
It's
zero
not a software
form.
problem actually. It was, he was not wantedly submitting, while it was actually available online with us. We knew that he is cheating us. He didn't know. He thought he was more smarter than us actually by not submitting. We were smarter than him using the technology. That's how we caught him actually. You know, that's so. There was no software issue. That was his brain that had a software problem actually. Yeah. Any.
Yeah. First is your work is really commendable.
Thank you, ma'am.
A person in a system being so sensitive about the issue, it's really what I can say. It's very touching. Thank you very much. For submission of Form F under the PCPNDT Act, fine, that can be tracked. But how do you ensure submission of Form F under MTP Act? Because how do you know then that the MTP has been done after sex determination?
Now what actually we have tried to, what we have done is, like we have 90 centers which are having USG machines.
Yeah.
We have about 65 MTP centers.
Okay.
Now what we have done is, what we did was, these MTP centers are also hooked onto the same software. They have to submit the Form A online. They have to submit Form A online, whatever MTP that they are going to do. But the good thing that I have to tell you is, any MTP is actually preceded by a sonography, USG.
Correct.
So the same person actually has to go to some of the USG center to get the so both these things are linked now. So a USG and then followed by an MTP, and any MTP done without actually doing a USG is caught. So these two are interlinked. That's how we actually been able to develop the software. It is bit technically, I suppose you understood how been able to do. So all the 65 and the 90, and most of them are actually common. Most of the centers, like I think almost 30 to 45 of the MTP centers are also running the USG centers. So they are also common.
Okay.
So they cannot get out of that particular frame.
Okay.
That's how we have been able to develop this software.
Okay. What is the area that you have covered in this? How much is the
District
Yeah.
of Gwalior,
entire
district of Gwalior. Now adjoining districts have also been covered under the same software.
Okay. And in doubtful cases, you do the tracking through Anganwadi Sevikas and
Yes, ma'am. Like we have, what we do is we take out we have our own panel of sonologists. We have the medical college where we have the sonologists. They see the video capsules, the doubtful cases, and then parallelly we take out the Form F and we send it for field verification, and then we match both these things.
Okay.
And after matching these things, then we call upon the sonologist and ask him to explain what has happened in this whole thing. And on the basis of which, if we are not satisfied with the explanation, we go on to either register a case or deregister the center.
Okay. You have some fixed norms for profiling the doubtful cases?
Yes, ma'am. We have.
Can you elaborate on?
I have another presentation actually, which actually gives that. I need to take out from my other.
Okay. Okay. Maybe later on.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I also will be having a question for you, Mr. Narahari, which we can take later, but I'll just tell you is, are you also giving any incentives to these people so that the root cause of female feticide is actually, we all know why it is. So apart from that, is there also some incentives as a government, this thing, and maybe we can take this question after the end of this thing, after this.
Officer, you are doing very nice job because you are just role model for all the new upcoming officers, because you are being say administrator, right, and you are using technology to which you are empowering to to solve the social causes. So it will be pattern actually. You should, why not you try it out and reach out to more and more places and replicate it, and so it will be great, great. It's a great.
And the High Court of Madhya Pradesh also, it was challenged by few PIL, by few outsiders, and High Court of Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh actually upheld the thing that we are actually taking. They said this is a good solution for the time being. So that also vindicates our stand actually.
It's great.